Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the North Melbourne vs Brisbane game, in which I wasn't watching this game as I was still at function, but this game and the was it the Essendon Freo game that I didn't get to see or something. But the last couple of games I basically didn't get to see any of them. But of this round, so I'll just be looking at the scores, etc. But I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure Brisbane won this late from memory, as I believe North were up by 20 or so at halftime, and I thought, oh, that's in the books. My tip was right, etc. But then it turned out that they blew it basically. What were they up at halftime? They were up by 3 goals at halftime, and then by the end of the third, they were up by a goal, and then it was level by about halfway through the last, and then they just kicked kicked away Brisbane with a couple of points to win it late, which really does suck. But I guess there's that, and I mean, it didn't hurt me too much as it was a 50-50 game, and I've actually still gained ranks in this round, even with a 7 out of 9, as you'll see with the St Kilda Collingwood game. Collingwood even blew it even worse than North, which is probably funnier. But yeah, so North losing, that does suck. If they had won, I probably would be top 20 or so, top 15. Given that you've got to factor in that there's some people probably ahead of me that would have got that tip right, but I'm only, I think, one tip and 19 margin behind first place, so I'm not even in a bad point. I think if you actually go back, and I probably will go back this week and look at the where I was, I'm actually better off than I was last week. I mean, I gained, I think, about a tip and something like 5 or 10 points margin wise. But anyway, enough rambling on. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Garner 1-2-1. It really does suck that I went Bowers, especially with her knee issues. I'm really hoping, given the trades that I've got, that she isn't injured and out for the year, even though it looks very likely. It looks likely, given that it's a knee, that it could easily be out for the year. So Garner 1-2-1, 30 touches, 2 marks, 7 tackles, was ridiculous in her output. And yeah, so that was really, really good of her. And so there's that. Riddell 105, 31, 0 and 6. She did really well. She started off really strong, and then I think she just had a bad second, as you can see here, and then came back strong, and only 79% time on ground. I don't know if that's low for her. Let's just check that out. No, that's sort of what she does usually. So I wish she could increase her tank. If she could get another 10% time on ground, then that's another probably 10 or so points there that she could easily get. King 91 from 87% time on ground, 2 goals, 10 hit-outs, 13 touches. M King 19 touches, 83. And then you have Carney here, 22 touches for a 73. If you look by fancy by quarter, she really stunk it up in the second and third. If she gets any good scores in those second and third quarter, then she's looking at a 90 plus here. But a 73 is there or thereabouts yet again for her, so that's fine. Smith 11-2-9 and the 71. Let's actually look at Smith, because Smith could be interesting. Amy Smith, how much cash do I have left over? 70k, so I could get to a 763k. That really sucks. As if we look here, I can't get an 800, 700 KOs, 763. Well, Thomas would be the perfect choice at that point, but I already have her. And Bresnahan is injured, as I look through today, and yeah, that injury is gonna suck for her. If she is fully out, I need to look at the injury list, because if she isn't, she's been averaging 70 and could be an interesting pick if she isn't injured and was just out for the game, even though she only played 30% game time. She'd probably be destined to lose some cash because of that 15, but would be good if she wasn't injured and I could just pick her up, as I think she'd solve a lot of problems with trading. Smith, as we said, 71, Bruton 61, and then you sort of get to the girls that don't really matter too much, but there's that. Then we move over to Brisbane, and you got Anderson again, a 102, Cohen 88, Grider 75, Huda 74, O'Dwyer 67, Ellinger 63, Postlethwaite 60, Ellinger 66, Postlethwaite 63, Savark 62, Campbell, Hickey. Hickey hasn't really been performing this year, to be honest with you. Glad that I deviated away from her very, very quickly. Conway, Dawes, Mullins, Hampton, Monarch, McGee, Smith, Heslop, Bolts, and then you get down to Dunn. And just looking at this game quickly, just looking at the stats here, and you can really see that it was a high tackle game. Look at the 94 tackles to 79, and we saw earlier on in the round, I thought a high tackling game was 65 each, pretty much. So for them both to get beaten by 45 in total, really shows the amount of tackles that were laid. I mean, Savark had 11, Huda's 13, Dwyer 9, 5-7-4 for Anderson, Cohen, Grider. And then you see over here for North, and you have 7-6-5-7 from Gardner, Riddell, King, and King. Smith as well, laying 9. Smith, as I looked at earlier, was 830k, 820k, somewhere around there. Smith, 790, but that doesn't really make much of a difference to my trades. Yeah, I really did need Stratton to go and score and get another 80k, as that would have opened up everything. As you can see here, if Stratton goes and gets to that 800k, I get another 80k to get Gunjaga up to around that 830k, and then I just get Gunjaga up to Smith, as Smith has a really good roll. But unluckily for me, that isn't there, as Stratton only went 51. If she'd kicked that set shot and actually scored and gotten the 5 extra points, fancy points, she probably would have gone up another 20-30k, and that would have opened up some more things. That would have got me up to... That would have actually got... So she's missed a set shot, and I reckon that's the difference between me actually getting Smith compared to Gunjaga, which is quite a little bit annoying. But we'll just see. I could actually do something considering there. Going too good down a little bit actually. Now I've just realised that in my head now doing that. Too good. Say we go down to Hoare and then confirm that. And then we go this one and we go Cordner and we go to Smith. Smith, can I get a 790? You have to be... man, that's just, yeah. That pretty much, yeah, 1 point solid. So, yeah, we'll do this instead. That's just funny at the end of the day. I was doing the math in my head. I was like, this is close, but I think I should have enough right. I didn't think I was 1k off, which probably just makes that portion a little bit funny, but anyway, so with doing those sets of trades, now I can get Smith in, who's averaging 66. Yeah, I think that's a decent set. Smith, and if we actually go there, so hopefully Morrison isn't suspended. Let's look at Smith now, because I'm pretty sure, doesn't she have a midfield role? Yeah, she does have a midfield role, so I'm actually, yeah, that's good, and I think she should do better against, yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah, happy with that. Actually happy with those trades. And again, I'll take a screenshot quickly so that when I post all my trade options on Twitter, you'll probably see me start to do that regularly, actually post about 7 or 8 different trade options and just sort of do, not really a poll because you can't do that many, but on a poll you can only do I think 4, but you'll see something like that. That pretty much is the video. I've somehow stretched that video out for another about 5 minutes, longer than I could have. But there you go. Somehow got that video out without even knowing really what went on in this game too much. Just looking at the stats and who's doing well, and we'll obviously get the CBAs given that they're out Thursday last week. I would say they're usually out on Tuesday. I don't know whether there was some. I think there was some. They said there was some technical problem with one of the games being not scored correctly or something. The stats weren't correct. So they had to go back and redo it or something like that, and that's why it was delayed. But we'll see when they come out. Hopefully they come out Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll look at them and look at roles, etc. But that's the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.